What's up, YouTube? Samuel here, blessed with another day of life and another week of this video challenge me and Eddie got going. And today what I'd like to talk about is having peace through the storm and being calm under pressure. And the reason that I chose this topic is because I think that a lot of people stress out when tough times come to their lives. People they make mistakes. They take out their anger on people. They overreact to certain things. They make regretful decisions. And at the time when you're under pressure and the time that you have so many things going on and the storm's going on, you just want to be chaotic because the storm is just taking you, just throwing you around. But the last thing you got to do is get chaotic with the storm. You just got to relax, breathe, relieve your mind, and decide what's going to be the steps you're going to do and the order you're going to do whatever you have to do. You got to freeze. Just control what you can control. Control what's within your hands and within your reach. And until that moment is set, don't make any moves, because you're going to do something you regret. You're going to take out your anger on somebody. You're going to move in the wrong direction. You're going to do something that you don't have to do. You're going to waste time, waste money, waste something. And it's like a good example of this is whenever they say that a car stops in front of you suddenly, or there's a kid crossing the street and you're going to hit them. They say what you have to do is not slam on your brakes, but what you have to do is tap the brakes. Any driver will tell you this. Any trailer driver will tell you that whenever there's a sudden stop that needs to be done, you just tap on the brakes so that your car doesn't skid and lose control and hit the wall. When you're in the snow, when you're driving in the snow and you encounter when you start to slide a certain direction, they say not to brake, not to step on the gas or anything, but they say just to they say to turn direction and step on the gas instead of just do something, turn in the opposite direction and don't step on the brakes. I think you just step on the gas a little bit towards the opposite direction. And the reason for that is because that's the only way to gain control. If you step on the gas too much or step on the brakes, your car's just going to keep sliding in that direction. And if you go crazy on impact, changing or pressing, I don't know, you do something wrong, of course, you're going to make it worse. You're going to make your accident a lot worse. And that's the thing. You need to be very conscious when you're in that moment and realize that you can make very bad decisions or big mistakes. And that's the reason that so many people make regretful decisions. They go to alcohol during that time. They fire people. They tell people they hate them. And the words that you say, they could hurt. They could kill. I know people say that words don't kill, but words can kill. And at the end of the day, it's better to not do a job, or maybe save your work till the next day or something. It's better to do that than to lose a friendship, to fire a good worker, to mess up your car, to do any of that stuff. It's way better to lose a war or lose a battle than to lose a war. It's way better. I would take that any day. And I think what's helped me to realize this is working in a place of leadership at work. I'm now I oversee the night shift where I work, and a couple times when times got really under pressure, I would snap on people somewhat, like, hey, you know, you got a job to do. You got to do your job. You got to do that, this and that. Now all I do, and people would snap back at me, what do you think? You're my boss. You're the biggest boss here, or whatever. You think you're like the VP or something? I'll be like, no, actually, I do have a job to do, but the way I got at you wasn't right, and it wasn't. I wouldn't like to be spoken to that way. You're a person, and because I was under pressure, I put that same pressure on you, and I reacted wrong, and it's happened to me twice. And I mean, this was about a year ago, but those were huge lessons to me. I realized nobody wins that. Nobody ever wins that. You get two losers. And then there was times where I reacted differently. I may have lost the battle, but I won the war, and everybody won the war because, okay, maybe things didn't go out the way they could have, but you work with that. You just learn to respect people at another level. You learn to respect the bad situations for the storms. There's a difference between tragedy and evil. The best thing is not to participate in the evil, but everybody has to participate in the tragedy. That's part of life. And tragic times come, you just embrace it. You hold on and you just do your best. But you do your best not to become evil. Like, okay, tragedy, don't let it twist you and make you bitter and behave a certain way. No, handle it gracefully. And yeah, at the end you could, send emails out, say that we did our best. We did our best. This person was busy. Try to give people their manliness, their space, their privilege, because the worst thing is to be treated like a kid or misunderstood, because a lot of times we misinterpret the situation and we go out on somebody, we go off on them, and in reality it was out of their control or they had something going on. You never know what people are going through. So with that being said, be peaceful throughout the storm and work on what you can work on. Do what you can when you can do it, and don't go crazy. Don't go crazy, and don't snap, and don't lose rationality. With that being said, God bless. Hope you enjoyed the video. I got another video coming soon, and take care. Goodbye.